From the guys that created Max Payne 1 and 2 and the Death Rally games, Remedy Entertainment gives us Alan Wake, an action thriller game where you take the role of fictional book author Alan Wake as he goes on a journey to rescue his wife, Alice, from a supernatural force referred to as the Dark Presence. By using the power of light, which is given to you by flashlight, Alan can veer off the Dark Presence and use weapons to eliminate enemies as he narrates his own adventure into the night. The first 10 minutes of the game are explained as a dream sequence that is narrated by your protagonist, Alan Wake, and the first area of the game explains all you need to know in order to survive, like using a flashlight to remove darkness from foes and use a firearm to eliminate them. At the same time, you need to dodge their attacks and know when to escape if needed. There are some puzzles that lay in your path too, but they're fairly simple. Oh, but you will be finding collectibles along the way, like coffee thermoses to get achievements, trophies, and manuscript pages that will play a small role in Alan's struggle to get his wife back. For gameplay, that's all there is to it, short and sweet. But is that really enough to encourage and immerse gamers? The game's heavily focused on its story, which is the game's greatest strength. This is told in television-like cinematography, Alan's narration, and character dialogue. In the first 10 minutes, the story builds fast, and it does get intense quickly with occasional breaks and attacks and health recovery spots of light called safe havens. Above all, the story makes you think and presents the player with other mysteries that build up to the game's end. I recently did a review on Watch Dogs, and the first actual 10 minutes of the game were all cutscenes, and just establishes that the protagonist's motive was a personal vendetta. In that review in particular, I stated that when it comes to story, it doesn't hurt to get straight to the point or establish story through gameplay and tutorial. In Alan Wake, the story gets deeper as you get strung along with Alan's quest. The first cutscene was about 1 minute long, and it gets right into what you will be doing the entire game. And the game itself has a lovely balance between cutscene and gameplay.
Desperately trying to reach my destination, a lighthouse. For some urgent reason, I couldn't remember. I'd been driving too fast down a coastal road to get there. I'd seen the hitchhiker too late. He was dead. I was convinced they'd put me in jail and I would never see Alice again.
This carries beyond the 10 minutes, and the story should help string you along and keep motivated to continue playing. There are and will be some moments in the game where the enemies do get ridiculously close that it's claustrophobic, and there will be some cheap shots here and there as you play. The enemies do throw items to damage you, and they will spawn behind you with no notice. That makes combat a bit unfair at times, especially towards the end of the game. Thanks for nothing, useless minimap. Why don't you reveal enemies like every minimap in a game ever? With that, you need to make sure you use your pickup items like the signal flares and flashbangs that are spread around the maps. And use more powerful guns like the shotguns and hunting rifle when you're in a pickle. Isn't that right? Unnecessary product placement. Coming to the conclusion, even though you fight waves of recycled enemies, it does feel satisfying once you learn what you need to do and remember that you have items that can help you rise against the dark ones that stand in your way. Alan Wake is a beautifully written thriller story with a good hook, great cast of characters, and filled with suspense and narrative that doesn't leave you hanging. Until the end of the episode. By the way, the soundtrack is awesome. I'm Maverick, and I hope to see you all again in my next video.
That's how you reshape destiny.
And you keep it here. Well, okay.
Do me a favor, Sonny. I could really use a tune right now. Coconut, number 6 in the jukebox.
Brother bought a coconut, he bought it for the dime. His sister had another one, she paid it for the lime. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. She